What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about Sorority Babes in the Slimeball Bowl-O-Rama, and I'm glad I was actually able to say that title completely because I did like a first take of this. This is the second take, and I just totally butchered the title. That title is a mouthful. I love it though. Right off the bat, for my likes for the movie, that's just an awesome, iconic title. The something when I was when I was watching this movie and I was thinking about the title, something that I was thinking was there's this other movie that no one has ever heard of. I just like found it on DVD one day. I don't even think it's on streaming or anything. But let me remember what it's called. I'm probably gonna butcher this title too, and I'm gonna have to cut this off and redo it. No, I'm just kidding. But it's called Shriek, If You Know What I Did Last Friday the 13th, and it's like a direct to DVD knockoff of Scary Movie. It's actually pretty decent. It has Tom Arnold's in it. And Simon Rex from Scary Movie 3 is in it, and he just plays like a total dummy. And there's like this one instance where he can't spell, and I know it sounds like super lowbrow, but that's, I'm into that stuff. I think it's pretty funny. There's this one instance where the killer has like a hockey mask, Jason mask type mask on, and it melts and it turns into like a ghost face mask. So I thought that was super creative. Like, if it was in a better movie, like, it would be, people would talk about it. But yeah, I don't know. When I initially saw the title Sorority Babes in the Slimeball Bowl-O-Rama, I thought about that movie that I just said. I thought about that title. But yeah, that's a mouthful. I can't believe I just got it right twice. But anyways, I think I've just talked about the title and then some random direct-to-DVD movie for probably like 3 minutes or something. I don't know. My camcorder here doesn't tell me how long I've been recording, but the point is I'm gonna get into this review here. So first things first, I'm just gonna let you all know my overall thoughts. And my overall thoughts about this movie were, it was okay. I thought it was kind of boring. I didn't hate it, but there were quite a few things that I liked. But yeah, overall, it was just okay. I had an okay time with it, but I probably won't watch this one again. Then now jumping right into the plot summary. You have a couple guys. They're sipping some beers, and there's this sorority initiation going on, and they crash it. So the sorority sisters make the girls who are pledging go with these guys to steal a bowling trophy at this bowling alley at night when it's closed. And when they get there, they find this big trophy. One thing leads to another. It gets knocked over, and there's this creature in it. They refer to him as an imp, which is basically, it's like this demonic entity. It's not like a full-on demon. It's like a little miniature demon that's like not as powerful. But anyways, he gets unleashed. He starts possessing some of the sorority sisters, and the guys and girls are just trying to fight this imp and these demonic sorority sisters for the rest of the movie. So that's the basic premise. Now I'm going to jump right into my likes here. There's actually, even though I said I didn't really like this movie that much, I wrote a lot of stuff here for my likes. I mean, it did have a lot of good stuff going for it, and that's the thing. Like the first part, like for the first act, I really liked, and I was into it. I'm like, okay, they're sipping some drinks. The sorority elements were cool. Just all like all the stuff before the actual like horror happened. Just all the kind of like teenage party stuff was pretty cool. The music was awesome. It was like super 80s. It was like it was just I mean I don't I'm not a music guy, so I don't know how to describe it, but the music was awesome. There were a lot of, you know, familiar horror people. You had Linnea Quigley, Brink Stevens, the karate dude from Nightmare on Elm Street 4, the main girl from the first Slumber Party Massacre, and then this one girl who was in Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers. Um, so yeah, you know, always great to see some familiar people. That's always fun. Another thing that was pretty darn cool is so the little demonic dude, the imp, his voice was awesome. He had like a really smooth, charismatic voice, and his dialogue was just hilarious. He was just cracking jokes the entire time. So I liked him. He wasn't on screen that much, and most of the time it was these demonic sorority girls. But I mean, when he was on screen, he was funny. So another thing that I liked was at the beginning, the guys are watching the girls, and they're, you know, in their underwear and stuff. So that reminded me of the Slumber Party Massacre movies. I liked that. This is funny. This is what I wrote here. I wrote this was the note I wrote. Fat jokes are on point. So there's this one heavy set gentleman, and they're just ripping on him the entire movie. They just like are just hitting him with the fat jokes left and right. I'm like, damn, they're really going for it. So that was pretty darn funny. There's a romance between Linnea Quigley's character and the guy from Nightmare on Elm Street 4, his character, and I like that because, you know, usually you have like a romance between a bad boy and a good girl, but they kind of flipped it where it was a good guy and a bad girl. It worked. It was nice. I enjoyed it. And then the last thing that I wrote here for my likes was that the kills are good. So this isn't really a slasher movie, but there are a couple kills, and pretty much all of them are solid. There's this Molotov kill, and it's all like practical. Like they just put somebody in a suit, and they're like on fire. That was awesome. There was like a bowling ball kill. You don't see it. It's a cutaway. I mean, that would have been cool if you got to see it. But I mean, it was still super creative. And then there's a pretty solid head chop that you do see. So yeah, the kills were on point. Just jumping right into the dislikes because my last video was 30 minutes and I have the 4K camera here, so I mean, you all can probably imagine that took a hot minuto to upload that, so I'm trying to keep this one concise, you know. So onto the dislikes. Yeah, it was pretty boring. I kept looking at the time. Like there was a lot of fun elements and funny elements, but you know, they were like sporadic. Like in between that, like a lot of the actual story, I really didn't care what was going on. I wrote that the demon girls were lame villains, so the actual imp guy was super funny and charismatic, but the sorority sisters who got turned into demons, I don't know, something about them, they were lame. I mean, the one girl from Slumber Party Massacre, when she turned demonic, she was kind of like over the top and pretty engaging, but the other two were just kind of lame. This one chick looked like the Bride of Frankenstein, but she was, I don't know, she was like over the top, but not really in a good way. So yeah, I thought they were pretty lame villains. And then I wrote that the acting was bad, and I know it's a B horror movie. It's low budget. It's from Full Moon Features. I'm not hating. I love a lot of Full Moon movies, but it's like with this type of movie, you're not expecting good acting. But the problem that I had was, so all these, like I said, there's all these familiar faces. All these people, I've seen them in other roles do better, but their performances in this were like way worse than their performances in other movies. So I don't know. I wasn't really digging that, and it wasn't. And that's the thing too. It wasn't like bad acting in an entertaining way, like in Silent Night, Deadly Night 2. Like that's bad. Like that's bad acting that works. Like so bad it's good, super funny, super memorable. Or like Pieces, when she's like, "You bastards, bastards." I didn't do it justice right there, but if you all know the movie Pieces, there's a bunch of like over the top, like when the girl's like, "There's nothing like smoking pot and having sex on a waterbed," and her voice is like dubbed over it. That's great stuff. There's nothing like that. It was just bad, but like not fun. So that was pretty unfortunate. And then yeah, it's all in one location, which works very well in some movies, but in this movie I was just like kind of boring. Like they're just like, I don't know, the backdrops weren't really that cool. And then that actually leads into another one of my dislikes. Like it was just, everything was so dark. And I understand it's a horror movie, so there's very few horror movies that are like that take place all during the day or in the light. So I get it, but it was like and I understand too that they're at like a closed bowling alley, but it was just super dark. And I feel like the lighting wasn't bad, but it wasn't the best. It wasn't like bad like prom night, like you can't even see like you can't even tell what's going on in that movie. It wasn't like that, but I don't know, that was just like that's kind of a nitpicky thing, but whatever. I thought it was like super dark, and the lighting wasn't the best. And then the last thing I have for my dislikes, and this is a big spoiler here, so if you haven't seen the movie, tune off, I don't know, turn off the video. So the ending was super anticlimactic. So the whole thing is like they had to trap the imp in some container, but which like it makes sense. He was trapped in a container. They got to trap him in a container. I'm not saying that is silly, but it was just like there was no struggle. Like it was just so abrupt. Like they just put a can over him and it's like ending. It's there. It wasn't like they didn't have to try. There was no fight. The imp guy is like the main villain, and he put up no fight. Like he didn't do anything. So that was kind of disappointing in my opinion. Moving on here, so that's it for my dislikes. Now I'm on to my WTF moments, and I have a whole bunch for this movie, so get ready. The first WTF moment is the imp would grant people wishes, and of course the wishes turned out bad. Be careful what you wish for. It's like that one Goosebumps episode. I totally forgot what it's called, but it's it's a horror movie. They're not gonna get exactly what they wish for. It's gonna turn out bad. So, but their just like initial wishes were just so lame. Like Brink Stevens' character, she's like, I want to be the prom queen, and then this this heavyset gentleman, he just wished for gold, and I'm like, my dude, like why would you wish for gold? Just like wish for a whole bunch of money, wish for like 80 mil or something. Like if you wish for gold, that's like an extra step. Then you have to like sell the gold, or like why not just get cash, dude? Like it's so much extra like messing around. You're gonna get gold, get get out of my face with that. And then the dude who asked for gold, like the first thing that he says that he's gonna do with his gold money, he's like, man, I'm about to get my nails done, which, you know, that's cool. You know, a lot of, you know, dudes get manicures and pedicures. It's totally cool, but I just thought that was like a weird, like, that's the first thing you can think of, like you're gonna go get your nails done, like. And then he did save himself by he was like, I'm gonna get a Ferrari, I'm gonna get a Porsche. And I'm like, all right, now you're making some sense here, like that would be like if you were like you got like 80 mil and like the first you're like, I'm gonna go buy a new toothbrush, like you're just gonna say something lame like I'm gonna go get my nails done, like get out of here, man. And then yeah, another WTF moment is this dude, this like good guy dude. He like doesn't want to drink initially. Like, what the heck? I mean, is this real life? You don't want to drink? I'm just kidding. Some people don't drink, and that's totally cool. But I'm just being silly. I'm just joking around. But I was just thinking like, dude, like, what? Like, this dude's gonna offer you a beer, you're not gonna take it? Like, what? Are you insane? I don't know. And then he drinks one beer. This dude gets drunk. I mean, even if it's your first time drinking, is it humanly possible to be that much of a lightweight? Like you could be, if it's your first time and you're, you know, a young buck, you might get pretty darn buzzed off one beer, but this dude's like stumbling around, slurring his words, and he's like, it's not like he's like a super small dude, he's probably like 150, 160, like, dude, like, you gotta handle your stuff, man, come on, get it together. And then, yeah, I wrote the only good wish was the one dude wished to get with that busty chick, and it's the dude, I mean, it's not the dude, it's the chick from Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers. I don't know what the actress's name is, but you know, she was pretty fine. So I was like, that's a good wish. But then, you know, since she's like all possessed and she's just under a spell, like he doesn't want to get with her. He doesn't want, you know, he's like a good dude, so he doesn't want to like take advantage of her like that. So I thought that was cool too. And then yeah, that when that girl is possessed and trying to get with this one dude, she's just sucking on his dirty socks. I mean, you know, some people are, you know, they're a little bit, you know, they're into maybe they're into some feet or something like that, but like take the socks off first, you know. That's, I mean, maybe he worked out earlier, maybe he's been, I mean, it's nighttime, he's probably been wearing the socks all day. Just a thought, maybe you guys should shower before you do any of this. I don't know, but I think I might be overthinking it just a little bit. Another WTF moment is, so that when the girls get turned into demons, they, not all of them, but like two of them, their face gets all like zombified, and this one chick, she's just putting like a whole mess of acne cream on her face, and she's like, it won't go away, it won't go away. I thought that was so hilarious that they did that she's like pretty much turned into like a zombie, and then she's just trying to put acne cream on. But yeah, it didn't really do anything. That's unfortunate. You need some extra strength, like prescription grade acne cream for that. But I don't. That probably won't even do it. I don't know. You know, you need some Zombirex. What was that from? That one. Was that from, what was that game? Dead Rising. I played part of that game. I didn't play the whole game. That was kind of cool though. But okay. So yeah, the sorority initiation was kind of weird in my opinion. Like I wasn't hating on it. I enjoyed it. You know, there was a lot of gratuitous nudity. So, you know, I'm not gonna be mad at that. I'm not like a perv. Like I don't like, you know, I don't like need that like in a movie. But if it's like an 80s horror movie, you know, that's par for the course. Like, you know, that's part of the whole thing. You know, you got some kills, you got some gratuitous nudity. So you know, I'm not mad at it. But yeah, the sorority initiation was like, it was like pornographic almost. Like the girls, they're just in their underwear, and then they're getting like paddled on the ass, and then they're getting like whipped cream sprayed on them, and then they go like shower up after. Like, what kind of initiation is this? Are the sorority sisters that are already in, are they like into these chicks? Like, what's going on here? Because they're just pretty much only doing like sexual stuff. I don't know, except for getting the bowling trophy. But before that, like, it's pretty serious, pretty suggestive stuff going on. And then my last WTF moment is the maintenance guy. There's this maintenance guy, and he's like a really funny character. There's this one instance where he has like his hearing aid isn't turned up, and there's like this whole thing where, you know, they keep saying stuff and he keeps like misinterpreting it, and that whole sequence was super funny. He had just a lot of funny dialogue overall, but when he's about to get killed, he's just standing there for 30 seconds and like rattling off lines like run, go do something, fight back. Like, you're gonna like, oh, it's like, oh, he's killing me, like Friday the 13th 4, like, or like in Halloween Kills, when it was like, I forgot what which character was. There's the two guys, Big John and Little John, and then they're like in the room, and the guy, he's like, before he gets killed, he's like, he came home. Like, what's up with these people in horror movies? It's fun, so I'm not hating, but that's the whole fun of these reviews, is just like, you know, ripping movies apart. And I don't even rip movies apart. I'm pretty nice. I mean, I like a lot of stuff. So that's just, if I was just like totally praising every movie, like, oh, it's so good and I love this, I love it, like that would be lame. But what's up with these fools in horror movies just like standing there and rattling off lines before getting killed? Like, maybe punch homegirl in the face, maybe run away. I don't do anything besides just talk. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. What do I know? I'm just out here making a video. I don't know. But I feel like I got through this pretty quick. That's all that I had for my WTF moments. I got through everything else. So, like I said earlier, you know, I just thought this movie was okay. It wasn't terrible, wasn't the best thing ever. It was kind of boring. So I wouldn't really recommend it, but I mean, they just came out with a sequel. So I mean, I gotta watch the sequel. And I know that sounds crazy, because I'm just like, yeah, I don't really like the movie, but I don't know, that's something I'm trying to do on this channel, is like, I like, you know, watching entire franchises. I got all kinds of box sets going on. There's something about that, just, I'm a sucker for sequels. So even though yeah, I didn't really like this, I'm going to probably watch the sequel and review it. I think it just came out in like 2022. It's only an hour. A lot of like the newer full moon movies are really short, which is pretty nice in my opinion. But yeah, so if anyone does watch this and then they're like, oh, he said he didn't like it, why is he gonna review the second one? You know, I'm a sucker for sequels. What can you say? But anyways, that's all I have to say about this movie. Thank you all very much for watching, and peace out.